Guys, have the ability to do it without. Have the ability to do it without the validation. Have the ability to do it purely based off the motive that you need to get it fucking done. You have to understand that the validation may feel good. The dopamine that you get from the validation may feel good. But what happens when you can't receive what delights you in the activity you pursue to feel good? Can you do it without feeling good? And this is what you call discipline. And so discipline is when you want to do something but don't feel the motive to do it. And so this is where your character is tested. This is where we figure out who the fuck you really are. And so at the deepest levels, we have to understand that you may not always feel like doing it, and they may even be circumstance that is trying to inhibit you from doing what the fuck you need to get done. But at the same time, be the individual to reveal who the fuck they are by getting the shit the fuck done. We have to understand that we only have one opportunity to prove who the fuck we are daily. And it begins with the habits. Every opportunity we have to demonstrate who we are, we take full advantage of that every time. The discipline, the workout, the wake up, the habits. We have to understand that these things create an individual that we are. These things are actively creating the internal qualities which facilitate a higher quality individual, which will then help us pursue ourselves in a better mannerism to move forward through time. And so we have to truly understand and come to the comprehension that we belong in the activity of the opportunity, which is pursued through the cultivation of discipline, which we find through actually choosing to put our time and energy into the endeavor we don't feel like doing. And this is where we figure out, and this is where we unveil the character within us, which is truly revealed through the work we put into ourselves to be spat out as something higher quality, to become the higher quality individual, to be better as a person, and to truly evolve as a human. We have to understand that it's the things that are taken away from you which you have to earn back. When life decides to throw circumstance your way, be the individual to earn your right to earn back what you lost. And through that, you'll realize that you always had what you needed, and it was always in the work. It's the work that creates the separation. It's the work that truly allows us to prevail, and we come to the conclusion that the work is really what allows us to evolve. And so you have to love the work, and the more you feel like doing it without the actual urge to do it, aka the more you want to do it without the feeling, without the motivation to do it, and the more you do it, the more you prove you love the work. And so if you truly love the work, if you're truly an individual who's inspired, if you truly feel auspicious in motive, if you truly feel like you are bound to success in this world, well, the only way you'll get it is by being motivated when you have no feeling, when you have no motivation. Through that, you'll discover that the individual you are has far more potential than you've been revealing to yourself, because motivation is infinite. But if you're running off finite motivation, it's like plugging into a fucking car which needs gasoline when there's a car right next to it which has infinite fuel, and you have access to both cars. Only one car is a bit difficult to drive, so you have to learn a little bit more. And so it's truly about having the choice to learn a little bit more and to do a little bit more even when you don't feel like it, and then have something that you'll carry for your entire life. Or you'll have to deal with the bullshit which comes with having finite fuel, aka not enough energy, aka never attaining your goals because you're running off something finite. So run off the infinite and allow this to truly fuel you to your goals and propel you forward through time. And so we have to understand that motivation is infinite, and your life is the motivation. You existing is the motivation. And until you can truly thoroughly comprehend that and get that into your brain and allow that to propel you forward at a high velocity, you'll continue to fail. But as long as you have the mindset to fail forward and to allow your setbacks to push you forward, and as long as you're always on an upward spiral, not being delusional but taking genuine action, it's the action which separates the delusion and the fictitious from the actual and the reality. And so it's the action which goes to show and who proves. And so you have to prove your character. You have to confront the things in yourself which are keeping you down. You have to face these things. You have to do the shadow work. You have to visualize, and you have to get into that state where you can confront these lower aspects of yourself. When you didn't wake up, when you didn't hit that workout, when you didn't take advantage of the opportunity to get better, it's in the confrontation of these things that will allow you to prevail and move forward, especially if you're losing a lot. Well, it's time to look in that fucking mirror, and it's time to do some shit to fix some shit, because you will die a bitch. And so we have to get to the thorough comprehension that it's the work which allows us to prevail ourselves. It's the habits which push us forward. And through that, we create a character which can fill any blueprint. Because when you already have the discipline cultivated, when you already have the character cultivated, when you have the skills which you acquire through the endeavors which provide you with the internal qualities which allow you to facilitate a high quality individual, any blueprint which is in front of you, you can run the fuck up. It doesn't matter if you're working in a fucking supermarket or if you're doing tech or whatever the fuck you guys do in your lives. I mean, there's such a broad spectrum, but whatever the fuck you do in your life, you can be a fucking teacher, or you can be in the gym. It's the internal qualities which create the blueprint which allows you to become an individual who can thoroughly run up anything, because you have the skills, aka you have the discipline, you have the internal qualities, you have the resilience, you have the infinite fuel to always overcome. And these things create a high quality individual who will run up any fucking blueprint, who's always the hardest worker in the room. Your goal should be to be the hardest worker in the room. And even if you don't have the things as the validation, you have to understand that the validation and the extrinsic things which reward you for being the high quality individual, the money, the muscle, and the females, and all the things we seek out of life, these things, well, they will unveil itself and reveal itself to you as long as you become the high quality individual. And so most of you guys have the finite motivation, which is the extrinsic, but do it to purely be the higher quality individual. Do it because you love being better. And when you love being better, you'll see that you'll become better through time. And as long as you effectively take action and you don't just show up, but you actually give it your all, you'll realize that all will be bestowed upon you. It's that fucking simple. Peace.